first, there was Rocket Man. And now we have Balloon Man.
This is the balloon song. Sing along with me.
The news hitting America at the moment is the Chinese weather balloon. Please note, bunny rabbit ears for weather balloon. And the Chinese government has actually denied this and saying it's just a surveillance or weather balloon that's been misstrayed over it. But we need to go into the evidence of this. Now, the Foreign Ministry, you can see from this lady here, has been pointing this out and saying it's not a military balloon, for example, but you can see that she himself is at the bottom of the balloon. And lots of images like this come up on mainstream media. And you can see this is at like 120,000 feet. Now, a jet fighter can fly at 65,000 feet. That's about the same as the speed of Concorde or the height of Concorde. And you can see at the bottom of it, it does have some solar panels which can actually power some motors to guide it going east and west, north and south, possibly even up and down. Not too sure about that, but along with some cameras as well. Why aren't they using satellite photography? Because this is a lot closer to the ground, so they can get a high definition or a 4K picture. Now, many people say it wasn't launched from China. But here is the possible route that the Chinese spy balloon went on. You can see it started in the middle of China, went up towards Alaska, then down towards Canada. Now, if this was a civilian balloon, it wouldn't be able to launch in this position in China. Why? Because 70% of the airspace in China is owned by the military, by the Air Force, and about 30-40% is civil aviation. This is why in some airports in China they have a world record for the lowest amount of flights that would take off on time. In some places like 41%, but in Japan it would be like 92%. So you can see the track on some of the images here. You can see it from the top of the world, and you can see it in a sort of 3D effect. Let's go to the next image, and you can read something here. This is a helium-filled balloon, okay? Solar panels provide power to for going left and right. They include camera, radar, sensors, communication equipment. And you can see it can be there at 120,000 feet or 80,000 feet. An aircraft, fighter aircraft to 65, and commercial airliners can go at 40,000 feet. Next picture, you can see near enough exactly the same. But if we look at the top right-hand side in Montana, there are lots of military bases there. So why was the balloon directed over this area? Later on, I will show you some of the shields denying all these facts and saying it's all propaganda, etc., etc. And again, we can see some other pictures there with Xi Jinping, the balloon, and you could say this is the size of so many football fields or so many big buses. But what did the White House have to say about this? Now, I apologize, the quality of this is not the best in the world.
He has been continued to receive regular briefings and updates from the National Security Team. I just want to reiterate what the Pentagon said earlier today, my counterpart. We have detected and is tracking a high altitude surveillance balloon that is over the continental United States right now. As you all know, it does not present a military or physical threat to people on the ground. President Biden was briefed, as I just stated, and he asked the military to present options. It was the strong recommendation by Secretary Austin, Chairman Milley, the commander of Northern Command, not to take kinetic action because of the risk to safety and security of the people on the ground. President Biden took that recommendation from the military seriously, of his advisors clearly. The president will always put the safety of the security of the American people first. And as my colleague said over in the Department of Defense. Earlier today, we are tracking closely and keeping all options.
So that was the spokesman for the White House. I just edited it down to about a minute for you. But the Guardian newspaper online did this report. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to get to the very end of this video, and there are going to be some outtakes. Now, I know some people have said, why hasn't it been shot down? Well, firstly, it's incredibly high. Jet fighters can't get that high, and eventually it will actually just fall down to earth because the helium gas will just run out step by step. Where is it going to land? We don't know. Could it be hit by a missile? I'm not a military expert. I possibly don't know. But Antony Blinken postpones China visit after spy balloon is detected over US. Beijing acknowledges that the balloon was from China, but says it's a civilian airship used for research, mainly meteorological purposes. It also expresses regret over the incident, insisting that it respects the sovereignty of other countries and suggests it's hoped for the visit to go ahead. But if it was civilian, why is it going over military airspace in the People's Republic of China? You may know some of the Western CCP shills come from different countries, and mainly they would live in China. One of them is a guy called Jerry Good, and this was his tweet from yesterday. Truth, this is not a Chinese spy balloon flying over the US. It's just a lie to promote war with China against the American people. Don't fall for this games. But if we go back to this article, Beijing acknowledges the balloon was from China. So this guy just is so anti-West, it's unbelievable. And another guy did even a live stream called Cyrus Jensen, saying, is China spying? Well, obviously it is. And here they are, the outtakes. Now, you have surely have seen lots of mainstream media going on about this weather balloon. Please note, weather balloon. That's so more of a light-hearted view of what's happening in America at the moment related to the Chinese spy balloon and what's going to happen to it. Well, only time will find out. There are some stories that there has been a second spy balloon, but that can't be confirmed, and I haven't seen any more information of that since this morning, and nothing has been confirmed at the time of writing for this video. And talking about this video, please do like, subscribe and share. Click the all on the notification button, and if you want to support financially, you can go through Super Thanks, you can go through the membership and the Patreon account. I will wish you a happy day wherever you are. Watch out for those balloons above you. Bye bye for now.